It's week 2 of the National Football League. And we've got the latest chapter of a historic rivalry. It's the Giants and the Cowboys. Just ahead on EA Sports.
We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Hello again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gordon, joined as always by Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Cowboy team entering play. They come in off a loss in the opener last week. That one was on the road. Now they get their first taste here of home cooking. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. They're led onto the field by their quarterback, a man who's made quite the name for himself in the NFL, and that's Russell Wilson. They'll start with a run by Tracy.
And similar to his nickname, Russell Wilson has a dangerous mix of skills, the ability to throw from the pocket and extend plays and throw on the run. Not to mention an absolute winner. Usually has his team in the playoffs competing for Super Bowl opportunities.
Play action. Now Wilson. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. And Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? And it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How were they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
There's a short one caught by Johnson. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. First look at the Cowboys offense as Dak Prescott gets ready to guide them.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about it being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
Here's Prescott. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 8 catches, 73 yards.
And I'd certainly expect them to use him quite a bit because he runs excellent routes, has good hands, and knows how to get open.
They'll run. This is Gus Edwards. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Here's 3rd and 9.
A loss of 2 yards. It's 3rd and 9.
Prescott from the gun. He'll throw complete to Gus Edwards. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. Tracy going to get it on 1st down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
51 yards on the punt there. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
The Cowboys take over first and 10.
Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. Brian Burns, the one to bring him down. 2nd and 9. Up the middle, it's Edwards. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. A bullet throw, but incomplete. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away.
Incomplete.
Pulled in at the 24. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Wilson. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Tracy trying the right side. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. Jamie Gillen now on to punt. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. They'll run with Edwards here to begin the drive. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be 2nd down. Throwing. Prescott able to hit his target, Lamb. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Prescott and Lamb hooking up for the Cowboy first. And they run with Edwards off the option. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
11 more yards. That's another.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. He'll get it up near midfield to the 49 before being taken down. From just shy of midfield, here's a 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Another run with Sanders. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
Tackle made right at midfield.
Prescott now from the 50. And he fins him. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Brian Burns flying in there and dropping it for the sack. On is the punter, Brian Anger, to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. New York's offense back out there and set to go. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
And this will be a Giants first down as he gets this up past the 30. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. That's complete to Slayton. A couple of first downs, has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up. Back to throw again. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a 2nd one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. Dumps it off to Edwards. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it'll be 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 19-yard line.
Now Prescott. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a 1st down. Up the middle, here's Edwards. Bobby Okereke making that tackle.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line. It's a pickup of 3.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it 2nd and 7. Now Prescott. And he can't escape, and down he goes. They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys. After the sack, it's 3rd and long. Here's Prescott. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. Here's Brian Anger now. He's been terrific so far. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Taking it about the 16. Found good room to run there. Returns it 14 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Straight ahead, here's Tracy. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. Dallas offense set for this next drive. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down. Looking to throw, Prescott. A short one there, taken in by Ferguson. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
That's good for a Cowboys
Prescott now. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. Short pass taken in by Schoonmaker. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. Prescott. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Intended for Jake Ferguson. Incomplete.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a scoreless game. Well, this offense got to be loving this. After the long missed field goal, they'll take over on the other side of the 50. 1st and 10. On to give, it's Tracy. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. 2nd down and 8. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. He'll look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Going right side, he finds Slayton. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. They'll hand it to Tracy. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 10 yards, good for a Giant 1st down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction. Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position could get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his 1st drop, his 2nd drop of the game. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Here's Tracy. And he will have the 1st down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Seven yards there. Good enough to move the sticks. They'll go again with Tracy. He was trying to turn the corner, but he will go nowhere. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. They'll look to throw. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. Johnson the intended target, but now it's 3rd and goal. They'll set up a throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Gano's kick is good, and the Giants are off now to a 3-0 lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal, you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
To throw is Prescott. Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll make it second down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up second and 3.
Prescott to throw it. The Cowboys on third down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. He's got his target. That's complete. Now we'll pause for an injury here. That's George Pickens, the receiver who's in some discomfort. Now this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. Now they trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. And again, it's Prescott. A short one there taken in by Ferguson. So the completion good for 7 there, and that'll bring up second down.
A 7-yard pickup. Brings up second and
Here's
3.
Prescott.
At their 48-yard line.
Throw out wide is incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Here's Brian Anger now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Right back to Tracy. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. He'll drop to throw. This is caught by Robinson. Only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be second down. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Here's 2nd and 8. And that's going to be caught downfield by Slayton. And he's going to be dropped quickly right there at the 48, a couple yards shy of midfield. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw here. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Over the middle, taken in by Neighbors. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains. Again, he'll drop to throw. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete. 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. Catch made by Slayton. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 24-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. Back to throw again. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 7 yards there on the 1st down screen play. 2nd down and 3. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Throws to his man on the out route. It's complete. That's Robinson. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Wan'Dale Robinson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Prescott from the gun. Over the middle, complete. It's Lamb. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. Here's Prescott. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Here's Brian Anger now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. Final 24 seconds of the first half as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. Make it 2 weeks in a row now. He's kind of been Johnny on the spot. A fumble recovered last week, and now 2 in a row.
Reminds me a little bit of an old teammate of mine. We used to call him the Vulture because he would swoop in and clean up after the play was made. But, boy, we said it with a lot of affection because he made a lot of game-changing plays by getting to the football that had been knocked loose.
What was your nickname, by the way?
Can you go get me some water, guy, please? The rest of us are playing.
Yeah, right. Too humble. Prescott now after the fumble recovery. Buying time to his left. A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Now Prescott. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. Prescott. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. And his kick here is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3.
So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we come upon halftime here with the visiting Giants out on top. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll begin up at legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Jaden Daniels, 3 touchdown passes as his guys bounce back from the defeat on opening weekend. We'll stay in the NFC North as we head over to the Motor City to check on the Lions at home in Detroit. And they've got the lead over the visiting Chicago Bears. Jahmyr Gibbs with a couple of touchdown runs. Lastly, let's head to Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati to see what's happening with the Bengals. And they trail in that one as it's the visiting Jags who are out in front. Tank Bigsby, the lone touchdown there as he's cashed one in on the ground. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side can play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line.
Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. And this defense not giving them anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Looking to throw. Prescott.
On the out route, it's Lamb with a grab.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And now it's 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Throwing. Prescott. Hard throw. Incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the 3rd quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
On to punt now, Anger as he boots this one away.
So now the Giants set to take over on offense. They got the victory last week. That was against Washington, and now they lead this ball game as well. Set to go here 1st and 10. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
On the run is Tracy.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30.
3rd down, here's Tracy.
And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the 1st.
I like his focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
On the ground, here comes Tracy. And he'll get a few yards here to the 34. 2nd and 7, operating from the 34.
They'll keep it on the ground. Tracy trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage.
Here comes 3rd down and 7.
Now back to throw. Keeps himself upright. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
I know I'm supposed to do the analysis here, but I've got to ask, how did he stay alive that long in the pocket?
Yeah, great footwork, which we know he has. If he would have been able to stay alive, get rid of the ball, or run for some yardage, he would have had a very unhappy defensive coordinator, I believe.
No doubt about that.
Here's Jamie Gillen now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
They start on the ground here at Sanders.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Now Prescott. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Lamb. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
Edwards now on 1st and 10.
And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
This 2nd and 4.
Prescott now.
He finds Pickens over the middle. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
A short one there taken in by Ferguson.
And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 6.
To throw is Prescott.
Going right back to Ferguson.
2 yards on the pickup there. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Prescott to throw it.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7.
Off the play fake, Prescott out to his left. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Play fake. Here's Prescott. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage.
2 yards to go, 2nd down.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott.
Completes this one to Pickens. Well, the Cowboys are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle made at the 10-yard line.
They'll run here with Edwards. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Again, it'll be Edwards. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Here's Prescott. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. And his kick is good. And that'll bring him back within 4.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Oh, good-looking return set up here.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. In possession switching back to the New York Giants.
Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10.
A throw left sideline falls incomplete. 3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
They'll look to throw.
Over the middle, he completes it to Robinson.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
3rd and 3.
In motion left, Robinson. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. Dallas, Texas is the spot. 3rd quarter inside AT&T Stadium. Glad you're with us. 2nd and 10.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
That's complete. It's Neighbors.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. They convert on third with a gain of 22.
And the Giants first down.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown.
Wan'Dale Robinson
With his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year.
And the Giants are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter.
Gano for the extra point. It's good, and now it's an 11-point lead, 17-6. So that drives 7 plays in length.
And it was finished up by a touchdown catch from Wan'Dale Robinson. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Back now in Arlington. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
On play action, Prescott. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Brian Burns able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
At the 46-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Prescott.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Dallas. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
The Giants offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away.
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And they will set up shop with outstanding field position in the red zone at the 17-yard line.
Well, that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Prescott from the gun. This is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Miles Sanders, his 1st touchdown of the new season.
And the Cowboys have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better? Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He finds Robinson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Back to throw now on first down.
Now this thrown deep for Slayton.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he takes this down deep on the Cowboys side of the field. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll set up to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It'll go as a loss of 8 and a tough result there on first and goal.
Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here.
Now we've got a giant player here, slow to get up after that last play. They'll look to throw on third and goal. Flush to him, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. So out on the field now, Graham Gano in a big spot. This to put him a touchdown and a 2-point conversion up. Gano's kick is good, and high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. Now, from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Throwing, Prescott.
A short one there, taken in by Ferguson.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
That's good for a Cowboys.
Here's Prescott. And this one is incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. They'll throw again. Prescott.
Pass complete to Jalen Tolbert.
And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
That is caught.
And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out.
And they run the option here on 1st and 10.
A good move on the carry, but still brought down just inside the 40.
From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down at 6.
4 yards on the pickup.
Now Prescott.
Able to hit his target, Lamb. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up.
Prescott.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
That's another Cowboys.
Prescott to throw it. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And out of bounds right around the 20.
From the 20, here's 2nd and 3.
20-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Prescott off play action. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear in risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get him the completion.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Now, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield.
And the Cowboys are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Edwards is in. Touchdown, Dallas. So part one of what they needed is done. They get in the end zone. Now you have to imagine we'll see a try for 2.
And that's what the book says, but defensively, they can't hang their head right here. They've still got a chance to come out with the lead if they make a play.
Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted a tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done, get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
And able to get this out to the 25. The Giants offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. On play action, they'll throw. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them. Looking to throw.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Fighting through, but now he's swallowed up and taken down.
Micah Parsons
able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, this has turned into an absolute week to forget for this quarterback. Multiple sacks, pair that with multiple turnovers. As far as he's concerned, if he ever sees this defense again, it'll be way too soon.
And taken right at the 35. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
At their own 40-yard line.
The drive starts with a carry by Edwards. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Prescott down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Pickens going in motion left. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle.
And he's going to get this pretty close to the 1st down marker at the Giants' 37. A potential field goal, if you're thinking about that, almost 55 yards from here as they try to get closer on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. Well, this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And they're looking at 4th down now in this tie ball game. And he hits the upright, but it caroms in anyway. Boy, plenty of distance there as he banks it in. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes.
So after the made field goal, back out is Aubrey to kick this away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once. This is 1st and 10.
to throw.
Connects with Slayton.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
Here comes second down.
He's back to throw.
This is Robinson.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. He'll look to throw. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down. Back to throw.
Pass complete to Robinson.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson.
Here's second down and 3.
They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
Has this complete to Daniel Bellinger.
And he's got this down to the 35.
This offense cannot stop the clock now. No timeouts remaining as they come up here first down.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. And his kick is indeed good, and they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds, and now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
4 quarters not enough. We're all even, and to overtime we go.
How much fun?
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So the first crack here in overtime goes to the New York Giants as we are back underway.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
Now a play fake here on first down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
We'll play only the one overtime here. If time runs out, it'll be a tie as they come up on second down.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. And they need 5 yards on third down here to keep this opening drive of OT alive. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
A gain of 15. First down, New York.
Up the middle they go. Tracy.
Oh, and that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. 88 yards rushing for him now as he is just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory.
So first and 10 now from the 30. They'll keep it on the ground. Tracy.
And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. Second down. Second down and 6 now from the 26.
They'll set up to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. Third down. They'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to at least get him a lead here in overtime. Gano's kick is good, and they have regained the lead. They're able to put 3 on the board here on the opening drive of OT, and now up to their defense to try and see if they can hold this one.
I like how you framed it up because obviously this game is not over, right? They go down and kick a field goal, then we head to sudden death. But if the defense can hold, take the ball away, turn it over on downs, this game's over.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. Here comes the first throw in OT for Prescott.
Left side to Lamb.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. To throw is Prescott.
Completes this one to Pickens.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be second down.
Second and 6 at the 48-yard line.
To the right side, this is Edwards.
Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37.
11 yards and a Cowboy first down. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A little eager there coming in from his outside linebacker position.
You think the hard count got him there?
Yes.
Maybe that extra that extra emphasis on it got him to jump, and they picked up 5 yards.
On the counter, it's Edwards. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. So a little chunk there on first as they try to chip away down 3 in overtime.
I like your description. Chip away. Down 3. You don't have to get it all in one big play, although obviously that would be nice.
Oh, it's intercepted. That'll seal it.
And the Giants are going to win this football game here in overtime. And for the visitors, it is going to be a happy flight home. It is always such a treat, Charles, in the NFL when you can go on the road and get a victory, and that's exactly what they accomplished here today.
Oh, the trip home so much sweeter, isn't it? All the noise they heard before, how tough it is to win on the road, how tough it is to play in this stadium, how hyped up that crowd's going to be. They just used it as fuel, came in full of confidence, believed in themselves, and got it done.
So for the Jets, it's a dream start. 2 wins in 2 early road games. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll try and turn things around.